This is a great little quick bite that you can put together in a few minutes. And it uses some of my favourite chicken. This is air-chilled chicken, which means there's no extra water added to it. Now, I'll just pop it on the bench here like this and season it up. I'm using chicken breast with the skin on. And I like to use the skin because it keeps it quite moist and will crisp up beautifully. Salt loves meat, meat loves salt, and chicken loves salt as well. So I've got some salt on the skin, a little bit of pepper on there as well, and then we pop it straight into a lovely hot pan like that. Now, before I put some oil in there, I'll put some pepper on this side and some salt to get it all together beautifully. Now, these chicken breasts will come together and make a beautiful little braise with mushrooms and a bit of cream, and that's what will make it delicious. A little bit of a turn like that, and you just put some oil on the top of it. Now you'll hear that sizzle going. That's what I want, a really hot pan, plenty of sizzle action, and I'll just move that around so you can see that's not sticking at all, but it'll brown up beautifully. Now, the rest of the dish is really easy to put together. I've got some bacon, onions and garlic, sweating off nice and gently in some butter. And then all I need to add to that is some mushrooms. These are Australian mushrooms, and the regular white button mushrooms is all you need. They've got great flavour and they're so easy to use. A little tip, when you buy them from the supermarket, pop them into the brown paper bag that they give you and pop them into the bottom chiller drawer of your fridge and they'll hold up beautifully. Now, I'm slicing these all the way through and nice and thick because I want my sauce to have a bit of body to it. Now, I'll throw them into the pan here like this and then season the mushrooms up with a little bit of salt and some pepper. This is coming along really, really quickly, and I am using my two-pan method here, and you'll see why. Because I get a really good crisp up of the chicken breast like that. That's looking fantastic. And I can get everything going as well. Now, I'll just stir that around so it picks up a little bit of that oil. You can see that's coming along beautifully. Now, at this stage here, I'll add some herbs. I've got some fresh thyme here, and I'll twist the top of it off like that, and then pull it apart as I throw it into the pan. These stalks are nice and soft, so they'll just fall apart and be really easy to eat. I'm also using some oregano, and I'll just grab the oregano and tear the little leaves off like this. I'll put a couple of tablespoons of oregano here. Now, this is fresh. If you've got dried, that's okay to use as well. But for me, I love fresh herbs. If you can get them, that's what I like to use. Now, stir that around a little bit. You can see the mushrooms starting to soak up all of that butter and all of that flavour as well. So what I like to do is to deglaze the pan here. I'm going to put some brandy in here. Oh, it's fantastic. And some white wine. And what that does is picks up all of the flavour of the chicken that's been pan-fried in that pan. Once that's reduced a little bit, which doesn't take very long at all because the pan is nice and hot, we just need to pick up those chicken breasts and pop them straight on top there like that. I snuggle them in next to the mushrooms and pour the brandy and the wine over the top of it. And then, of course, we need a little bit more liquid. So I've got some stock that I pour in here, about half a cup of stock, and of course, some cream. That's what binds it all together. It makes a nice white sauce. Pour it around the outside like that. Then all you need to do is pop the lid on, turn it down to a really low temperature, and in about 15 minutes, the chicken breast will be cooked all the way through. The mushrooms will be nice and soft, and I'll have a beautiful creamy sauce. The easiest and tastiest dish ever. Look at that, the chicken's cooked beautifully and the sauce has reduced down. That's what I'm looking for, a nice, thick, creamy sauce with lots of mushrooms in there. But the chicken breast is what I'm looking for. It cooks really quickly, and believe me, it's cooked just right. In a little bit of moisture like this with lots of flavour, this chicken breast is going to be fantastic. Now, I'll just grab some of this sauce, but before I do that, I'll stir in some parsley. Just a little bit of parsley right at the end. That'll give it some lovely colour and flavour. And then pop it straight on like that. Oh, that looks great. Now you can serve this with some crusty bread, maybe some rice or some potatoes, or just eat it like this. But if you wanted to, you could pop some pasta in here and stir it around so that the pasta soaks up all that lovely sauce. That is a cracker of a dish, nice and simple, and the chicken breast cooked to perfection.